Anyway, you get what you pay for. Guys, closing out the panels for the day are three blockbuster ladies. Please give it up for Kim Rhodes, Briana, Buckmaster, and Lisa May! What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's it. There you go. Girls, bad girls. Keep it in the house. All you gonna do is love on your chairs.
What did you say?
Sit in our chairs is what we're going to do.
All you're gonna do is love on your chairs.
Love our chairs. We're gonna love our chairs. I thought, you know what? I usually come out and I usually damage a piece of property, just like somebody's gotta do it. But I thought, man, these
nice
chairs do us good. They hang on to our little tushes. I say little, I don't mean it when I say it, but I'm gonna really respect my chair from now on.
I like that.
I bet you like that. It makes you feel safer on stage.
That's why I come back here.
I know.
Yeah.
Did you guys see him inch away?
Yeah.
And I eyed him like a fun threat. I was like, I'm gonna fucking get you. Did I surprise you?
Yeah.
Steve's like,
I just love
Weekend off.
snacks back there.
Steve Norton, everyone.
There he goes.
Steve Norton, really killing it.
Briana, Kim, and Lisa, have fun.
Thank you.
Oh, Canada.
Oh God, why'd they put the ground so
Listen.
far away?
You guys, do you know what the rumor about Canada conventions? Do you know what the rumor about Canadian conventions is?
What? Oh yeah, sure. What?
That you guys are really quiet.
I don't think so.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's so funny because, I mean, before Lisa came on the circuit, I think that I was the Canadian, and I think I'm probably the loudest person on the circuit. But when we come to the Toronto and Vancouver conventions, it's always very exactly quiet. But we know you guys are listening, and we're grateful for you to be listening, because we're going to say really smart and important things shortly. So don't ask me anything about the show, and then I can make that statement true. Thank you so much. Shall we take a question, ladies?
I think we should take a
I
question.
think we should take a question.
I know. I'm far off. I feel like I'm 5. I'm this
I am
and
allergic to
this.
strawberries, and I like to go out at recess. And my favorite book is Charlotte's Web.
Thank you. That's character. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Toronto, ladies, and welcome home, Lisa. My question for all of you is, what is your current telephone ringtone?
I thought you were going to say telephone number. I was like, whoa, bold question. Come on, buy a girl a drink first. I think I probably have the best answer. You do. Do you guys know who Chris Farley is?
Yeah.
Do you guys know the movie Tommy Boy? It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And my ringtone for years has been Fat Guy in a Little Coat. Fat guy in a little coat. That's what my ringtone is. I'm like, oh.
For everyone?
Oh no, that's if I get a text message.
That's a text, yeah.
My ringtone is, bitch better have my money. Which is very funny if you are at a parent advisory committee meeting. Just happened once and will never happen second time. Yeah.
I keep my phone on silent, so I actually don't.
Me too.
Most people do that.
I'm like, I don't.
I don't. But
No.
I do want to make one. And can you make like conversations into ringtones?
Oh, probably.
That I would like. I had one where Rob was just like, you know, you so got this, and I just kind of want that to be my ringtone. I was like, I think that's a good one because I kind of just press play every now and again when I just need it. You so got this. That would be mine.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, see?
So
We're just gonna
I
do it
have
on
one
purpose
for
now.
each of you. Lisa, how do you drink your Timmies?
How do I
Drink your Tim Hortons.
drink Tim Hortons?
Yeah, like how do you take your coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Wow!
You're that crowd.
I love it. The Canadians are not offended by any sexual innuendo. But you fuck with Tim Hortons. Okay, you better back up. After I drink this triple.
No,
Briana,
I
can
don't
you
drink
do Donna's
coffee, so I will
voice?
leave this to my ladies who do drink coffee.
I do, and I drink Tim Hortons. I've obviously had one recently, and I just drink coffee with cream. Usually I drink coffee with butter. You heard me.
Butter.
It's so good. Once you try it, you'll never go back. And yeah, I don't drink sugar in my coffee. That's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. Sugar is for candy, okay? Okay.
Briana, can you do the Donna voice?
Oh, yeah.
Mama Pug?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the pug voice? Wait, did you
Which
say
is
the
the pug or
dog?
Donna voice?
Can you do the Donna voice?
Donna. Oh, I think you said dog.
I thought
No,
she said
Donna.
dog.
Because I voice a cartoon who's a little pug. And that is just my voice. It's just my voice, but also those snarfling noises. Yeah, so just imagine me in a studio alone, just a microphone and going, okay, Briana, in 3, 2. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And Kim, so from playing Carrie on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody to Jodie in Supernatural, what are the similarities from raising 10-year-old boys to fully grown men who hunt monsters?
None.
The fully grown men don't have an elevator, and the 10-year-olds didn't have motorcycles. That's it.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm so nervous. This is my first convention, and since I'm traveling for the first time overseas, I was wondering where have you guys traveled, like which countries have you guys traveled, and where would you like to go, if you could?
I feel like I actually just started traveling because of these conventions, and I feel incredibly grateful for that. I grew up on a farm, and my family didn't have a lot of money, and when we went on vacations, we'd go camping. That's what we would do, and I love that. I just didn't know much else. And so the first time I went to a foreign language country was when I went to Germany for Rockwood, and that was just, I think, 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. God, was that 4 years ago? 3 years ago. Calm down, you guys. And I was so nervous. And I remember telling the guys who I was traveling with, I was so nervous. Even when I went to Rome, I was at a convention in England where I met Adam Fergus, and I had to go to Rome, and I'd never been to Rome before, and I was so nervous that Adam Fergus changed his flight so he could fly with me to Rome. I know. Schmoopy. So I feel very grateful. I've been to Australia, places I named, and France. That was the first time I went to France was this year. That was pretty great. Yeah, I'm everything you can imagine that is like a country bumpkin in those places for the first time. Just like, oh! So eternally grateful to you guys. Yeah. Thank you. You got this.
Hey, Lisa, welcome home, and you are an incredible dad. For Kim and for Briana, I've been waiting like a year to ask you this, okay? So, the person you met last night was not me. It was like kind of that, you know what happens to you when you see Jensen? Well, that's what happened to me. Yeah. You're like such a mate. Yeah, so I've got my immunity, so I'm good.
Awesome.
Okay, so I spend a lot of time watching your videos, and my husband walked in once and he's like, oh my God, you've met your soul sisters, because he says I have the mouth of a sailor. I don't care. You know, I grew up in an era where you weren't allowed to speak, you had to be a good girl, a good wife, and
Nope.
I hit my 40s plus, and I was like, fuck it. Sorry. So I'm wondering, pardon me?
Love it.
Like, I don't care, you know, and I got really sick this year and I got better, and my husband's like, so you're gonna be nicer now? And I'm like, no.
How the fuck do you think I got through this?
Exactly! So I'm wondering, because you guys are just like, so badass, you don't care, but you're kind on top of
We
it.
care about the right things.
You care, but you're kind to people. So was there a moment, like, in your life where you just went, fuck it, and became the woman you are now? Or have you been like this all your life? I know for me, I had a moment where I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I lost like 1,500 pounds, I say, in people. So I'm just curious, because you're badass. And I love
I was
that.
not born into this. This is not my natural baseline. My natural baseline is weirdly both incredibly self-centered, selfish, and self-seeking, and 100% concerned about what you think. Not comfortable? So no, there was no moment, or every single breath is a moment. I keep thinking, oh my God, I have another 1,500 pounds of emotional weight to shed. I'm finally free. And then I live like that, and then I'm like, oh no, fuck, there's more to go. So the good news is it's progress, not perfection. I'm not trying to attain any moment, in spite of the fact that my brain thinks, when the fuck will I have arrived? I think that's the last breath before I die, honestly. So I should be happy with the progress. And it is hard fought, but for me, ultimately, it feels better to be more me, and you have all inspired me to become that. I would not be this person if you hadn't asked me to step up and show you who I am. So I'm just trying to do it.
We're like backup dancers behind you, just being like, just moving and sync, and I was like, and then our heads bobbing at the same time, just being like, amen, I hear ya. And I was like, right, Briana and I are just thinking the same thoughts. That's brilliant.
And how do you feel about people censoring your words? Because my family keeps trying to tell me to stop cussing. And it just doesn't work. It makes me cuss even more. So what do you feel? Like, what's your, like, how do you feel about that?
I have not had that experience where people tell me to stop swearing. I think there is a power in swear words.
Yes.
So I, with all great power comes great responsibility. So I save those swear words for people who I know will receive that power.
Oh, I don't have a censor.
You can though if you want to. I mean,
Yeah.
if you feel like you need to please these people who are asking you not to swear, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is the reality, is people who are unhappy with you are unhappy because something about what you're doing is triggering something in them. And that's their journey and that's their responsibility. If you're being your authentic self, you have to celebrate that. Because a lot of people go through that life without being able to do it.
Yeah, aside from last night where it was just beep.
What's that?
Last night it was just beep when I met you
at
too.
the DJ party.
I couldn't speak.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, you
honestly,
did great.
I didn't know what to say.
You did great. You did great.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
the
much.
swearing's
for being you.
is a tricky one. I mean, I'm a big fan of swearing. I swear in front of my daughter all the time. She knows what swear words are. She knows she's not allowed to use them till she understands how to use them. That's all. I don't tell her she can't swear. I just say there's power in those words. You wait until you understand that power. But I think that in terms of worrying about what other people think, that is, as Kim was saying, that's a kind of a constant journey, and that's the joy of life. I mean, who wants to be done? I know it's hard. I know it's hard, you guys. life gets fucking tricky. But once you're done, isn't that fucking boring? Let's work on stuff all the time. Yes. But I will say this, and it is so much easier said than done, but oh man, don't worry about what people think of you. Don't worry about it. That's their stuff. That's all their stuff. You send them love, and you send them on their way. That's it. Thank you. Good job.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, but my question is directed towards Kim.
How dare you? You know I hate it when that happens.
They can answer anyway, though, right?
You know the fun game that we do when this happens?
Okay.
Well, we'll try. We'll see. We'll see what the question is.
So, when I was little, my favorite TV show was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and it got me a 9 o'clock bedtime. And then...
Sorry, what was that part again?
It got me my 9 o'clock bedtime.
Because why?
Because it was on later and I wanted to watch it.
Oh, you got to stay up till 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And my favorite teenager TV show is Supernatural. So what show would you like to do in the future that I can be sure I become obsessed with?
Oh, I have actually a bit, do you see how big my eyes are right now? 5. I want a season 2 of Good Omens, and I want to be a demon. Have you seen Good Omens yet? Please go watch Good Omens. It's on. Oh yeah, totally. No, it's my daughter's old, and it is the gentlest, most wonderful, brilliant thing ever. It's on Amazon Prime, and go watch Good Omens.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm an actress up here in Toronto as well, and I want to say thank you to all 3 of you for being such inspirations. As somebody who's not 21, not a size 2, it's kind of a difficult industry to navigate.
What?
I know, right? Your social media presence is actually really encouraging for me, and I wanted to know what industry misconceptions you're going, fuck that, to, each of you.
All of them, truly. I mean, at a certain stage, you kind of have to really define for yourself who you are and what you want, and then make choices accordingly, because you still have to live your life. And aging in this business is an interesting one, but I mean, for me, I like to look for examples of people breaking the rules or things that aren't supposed to happen. I do what you're doing, where you're like, I found you guys, and you make me see that you don't have to be that perfect cutout that Hollywood makes you think you have to be. So I definitely do that, because every time I see an artist who doesn't look like what you're supposed to look like, really getting opportunities and working with some of the best in the business, I go, see, that's what I kind of do to myself. And then I see somebody else who's acting over the age of 60, and I go, see. It's just about how many times I choose to look for the opportunity to argue for my limitation or to argue against it. And when I look for examples of people having an unconventional career or having great opportunities later on in life, that really does inspire me. And I love getting opportunities later on in life than I did when I was in my 20s, because I know it inspires people to keep going with their dreams. And if you're an actor and you're like, I'm 45 and it's still not really breaking, and you're just like, I'm working but not really, and I'm like, if it's what you really want to do, then it's more about navigating the mental landscapes and the attacks that come, because people are trying to tell you who you are. This is your hit. This is what you do. This is who you are, and you kind of have to go against it, because I'm somebody who I'm fit, I'm strong, but I don't look like your typical, fit, strong girl that you see on TV with ripped muscles and, all of those things. But I can do a lot of push-ups, I can do chin-ups, I can do sprints.
You can do chin-ups?
Yeah, girl.
Wow.
You know why I learned how to do chin-ups? I learned how to do chin-ups because I was like, I just didn't want to ever be taken out because I didn't have upper body strength. And so many times I need to like,
there you go.
really pull myself up or like, you're like hanging, and I was just like, I need to really be able to take care of myself.
Can you do it from the ground up? Because I can do, once I get up there, I can go, but I can't start at the ground and pull myself up.
Like hanging? Like just hanging and then...
If you were to hang off a bar, could you go...
Yes.
Whoa! That's impressive, man.
Yes.
Well, Lisa
You know, so
Berry.
I mean, that's my answer. It's just like, I just keep looking for people who are doing it and breaking the rules and having those opportunities later on in life. And then I truly do go and study them. And I look at their interviews and how they talk and how they speak to themselves and what they say they do to stay in the right mind frame. Because you have to be doing something different. You know, if you are still, you know, connecting with people when you look different or when you are older or anything other, you know, I really do think that people have a mindset that keeps them going in a different direction than somebody who has a mindset of like, it's never going to happen for me. Do you see how you have to be young? Do you see how you have to be beautiful? Do you see how you have to be thin? And if that's the case, then I feel we create that reality where we have to be all of those things, versus if you look for people who are like, she's different just like me. She's not a size 2. And look at her, she's tall and doing this work. You know what I mean? And that really jazzes me up.
I think this is a challenge, what you just mentioned, which is looking for the people that affirm the possibility of success, as opposed to looking for the people that confirm your negative beliefs about something. And that is hard. It is hard when we all get into some sort of negative spiral. I get into them all the time. My challenge is always to go, okay, but what is the possibility here? What is the positive possibility as opposed to the negative possibility? It's a challenge. I'm not saying that that's easy, but it does create possibilities, the possible futures that you're talking about. So I'm so grateful that you find inspiration from us. I find inspiration from you guys. I find inspiration every day. It is out there, and continue to choose to see inspiration in the stuff that's out there rather than seeing the negative truths about our industry, which I think are changing slowly. But you're doing the right thing by choosing to be inspired instead. You just seen the group hug that we did backstage. This is a little team. We're a little team up here. What were we again?
Goddess of joy, goddess of love, goddess of peace.
I'll take it.
Hi. Hello. I just wanted to know what your favorite line is from the show.
Stuff you, Dean.
Screw you, Winchester.
Hey, Dean.
Oh, there you go.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, I just wanted to thank you guys for being such badass, inspirational women, because y'all are really awesome. My question for you guys is, what's your favorite or like your weirdest fan experience?
I thought you were going to say fantasy. I'm like, wow.
I know, we thought people were asking for our numbers.
I know. My mind is in the gutter.
They're not asking what we think they're asking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kill this question real fast. The thing is, when I'm heightened in emotions, and when I'm awkward and uncomfortable, and when I have a lot of investment in an outcome, I think what I am is awkward and weird. What I see is beauty. What I see is love. I have never had a weird fan experience. I have never had anyone leave me with anything that wasn't their personal moment of offering me themselves. I never fucking judge you. I love you, and I am so grateful for you. That said, here's me in Nordstrom's. 5-year-old child comes up. Are you the mom on the Sweet Cody? No, I'm not. Yes, you are! Yeah, I am. No, you're not! What the fuck is it?
Did you say that to him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's
I super wanted to. If I'd seen his mom, I would have. But no, I was like...
I love that. What kind of hand cream is that? Why are you sorry? Can I have some?
Canadian.
I don't have a weird fan experience because I'm the weird fan. Look at me right now. I don't know. If anybody's ever been to a PJ party, all I do is burp and chew and talk with my mouth full. So my apologies to you all. Basically, thank you. It smells nice. No, I mean, I don't want to speak for these guys, but I'm going to. Like, we're the same.
You can take the mic back if you
Oh,
want.
sorry. Thank you. Like, look at my new mic holder. Yeah, we're the same. I don't know. If there's an experience where I feel like somebody is overwhelmed, I feel overwhelmed with them in a super fun way. I just don't, there's nothing. There's no weird stuff. That being said, no, I'm just kidding. My very first, and something similar to you, my very first convention was DC. Must have been 4 years ago now. And I remember that I chose to stay at the hotel where the convention was, which I now have learned is not what the other actors do. So I remember checking into my hotel and getting in the elevator, which was full of fans, but none of them recognized me. So they went, so are you here for the Supernatural convention? And I was so nervous that I went, nope, never heard of it. They're like, oh, it's this great show about these two guys. You should watch it sometime. I'm like, sounds great, bye! I was so nervous. Anyway, that's me. I'm the weirdo, y'all. So beat that!
No, I just love everyone. I think everyone has been so kind and so generous and so vulnerable and just, like, I mean, I say it all the time. I think this is like church for people who don't go to church, you know, and it's just a beautiful, welcoming group of people. So, I mean, Alex gave me this today, and it finished my outfit. I was like, thanks for my necklace. This is so great. So I'm always like, you guys give me the nicest stuff. You make the nicest paintings and artworks, and I'm just like, what can I do for you? You know, like, I don't want it to be that one-way street. And so I'm always trying to think of ways to, you know, just inspire or help out in ways that I know would help, you know, me out when I'm having a rough day. And I just feel with all of you. And you really teach me to be honest and real. And then that brings the community together in a way that we can heal together. Instead of thinking you gotta do everything by yourself and it's all on your own shoulders and that there's no hope. And so I really appreciate what has come into my life because of this fandom, because I was a fan of the show and had no idea that this existed. So it was just hilarious to walk in when people were like, do you know the show? I was like, do I know the show? Bitch. Me and my husband have a Thursday date, okay? And then I realized that there's this whole other world and I didn't actually have to be so alone. And so I really appreciate just the warm welcome. That's what I'll say.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm really nervous right now.
It's all good. Breathe.
When you guys were going to school and everything, I'm in high school still, but what were you guys' career choices before being an actor?
What were our career choices before?
Yeah.
Like, what did we want to be when we grew up, when we were younger?
I was gonna be an English teacher.
You went to university for that, or college?
Yep.
It's university in Canada, but yeah. I always wanted to be an actor. I saw Les Mis when I was 11, and I went, that! So I got a musical theater degree, when I was 19, and then put that to use for a few years, and then went, I can't sing that 8 shows a week for the rest of my life. And then also got pregnant, and so wear a condom. Children are a blessing. So I started working in TV because I needed some money. And it wasn't like I started working in TV that I went, okay, fine, I'll take those jobs. That's not how it works. I just was like auditioning for TV for like small parts and commercials and stuff. But it's only, I have done a million jobs, which Kim and I have talked about in an episode of our podcast, the Wayward Podcast. Yes. I've done a million jobs because I've been a failed actor the majority of my career. It is only in the last couple years that I've started to make enough money that I can live off of acting or things that come from my acting career. So I can do anything. I really can. I don't love doing everything, but I can do anything. About a year before I booked Supernatural, do you know what I was doing for money? I was giving out coffee samples in grocery stores. Well, no, none of that. All jobs are good jobs. And I was fucking good at it. I was good at it. We can be good at whatever we want to be. It's a choice, I think. But I love entertaining in all facets. I love singing. I love comedy. I love acting. So that's kind of always what I wanted to do.
I mean, I had a whole bunch of careers beforehand, and then it's this new era that I was like, oh man, if I'd known you could be a multiple entrepreneur.
Did you know she was a model?
I was.
Do you know why I know that? Lisa and I have actually known each other for years.
Very long time.
We used to audition for musical theater. I remember us taking the subway from Mississauga once after a musical theater audition. God, it must have been like
100 years ago.
Like 15, 16 years ago. And we're both just like, meh. We're both so angry.
I hate this business.
I hate this business. But then I remember seeing you on TV, on like a morning show, and you were modeling something. I was like, woo! Anyway, I mean,
I remember that. That was bathing suits,
right?
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I never told you that.
No, because at one point I was a plus size model. And that was when we were still calling them plus size models. Right. And it was really funny because one time I was doing a photo shoot and somebody was just like, oh man, they got a model here? Looking right at my face. Looking right at me. Where's the model? Where are they at? I don't have low self-esteem now. It's okay. That didn't hurt. But that was actually just a job because I was like, if you think I can do that, sure.
Whatever, man. Yeah.
Sure. But I was officially a makeup artist, and I worked for Bobby Brown's line, and then I went freelance for like a whole bunch of fancy foo-foo lines that I was like, I just wanted to work at MAC, but they wouldn't hire me. They wouldn't hire me. I was like, what? How is it that I can get a job at like one of the most reputable, like,
more piercings. You needed more piercings.
Fair. This was still like the late 90s, so you know. And so I was a makeup artist. I loved doing makeup. I just wasn't passionate about it. And so I kept trying to find like a passion that I was really going for. And then I lost a whole bunch of weight, and then I got into the gym life, and I just really like motivating people. And I just can't help it. Like, even if I'm like working with one client, or if there's 3 of us, and we're all in a class together, I'm that person who's just like, we gonna finish strong, or we gonna end right. You gonna give it everything you got. I don't care if you gonna be, like, I was like the trainer in the gym who was with their client, where they're like, you can cuss me all you want. You can cuss me all you want, but you gonna hold that plank. You gonna hold that plank, that's right. That's right. Aren't you proud of yourself? Aren't you proud of yourself? You know, like I just can't help it. So I thought I wanted to be a personal trainer. And so I was like, oh, this is so great.
That has to be a t-shirt. You can cuss me all you want, but you gonna hold that plank.
Scout.
It was how I inspired. I let people swear at me. I was that trainer because people would be like, do I have to like working out? I was like, no. You just don't have to, you just can't quit. That's the only deal. Like, however your war cry
You like
comes
the part
out.
after.
Yeah, you like what it does for you. And I walk with people through their journeys to be like, it sucks right now. I know. Ain't nobody want to do this. I don't want to do this. But if we keep talking to each other, we keep pushing each other through this, we gonna make it. Look, we already done. 30 seconds is over, baby girl. You did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
And you know what's really funny is that she did exactly that to me about an hour ago in the green room. Not about a plank, just about life. So yeah, that's your superpower, is getting us on the other side of shit. We don't want to go.
I like it in a twisted way. And now that I know you can be a multiple entrepreneur, I'm really trying to bring all of that together. Because I actually love doing them all. I just don't like doing them one at a time. I actually like incorporating those skills and that side of myself on more of a regular basis. So now I'm working to be like, how do you incorporate your makeup skills and your artistry with your motivational skills and the fact that you have talents in other areas in the entertainment world. Like, you can pull this all together in a way and really motivate some people.
Or, I mean, not even pull it together. There used to be a time where if actors did anything other than, you know, you know, sometimes people had makeup contracts, like for L'Oreal or something. They did any other commercials, they looked like they were, you know, a hack. And now you have people doing, like you said, multiple careers. Not only are people producing and directing and writing, but people are also, like, look at Jessica Alba. You know? She's a fucking gazillionaire. And I used her diapers. Not me, my daughter did.
No judgment.
You know, lots of people are making amazing livings and kind of changing the world. So I don't think, I mean, I don't know what you guys all do, and I don't have time to ask everybody, but I think that there is an opportunity for all of us, you know, to do kind of little bit of everything that we love to do. It's an exciting
all gifts
time.
Out.
Yeah.
All gifts out. You know, all gifts, let them out. The world needs it. I actually just wrote an article where I was just like, the devil tried to stop me from doing the things that I love to do. Just from all the negative voices and the mental attacks and just being like, you can't do it.
It's never been done before.
It's never been done before. You're so stupid. Nobody needs to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And just kept coming at me. And I was just like, I must be onto something pretty great here if you're working so hard to steer me from this path, you know.
It's never been done before. That's the one that I always hate. I get told that all the time. People don't do it that way. It's not done that way. Well, let me show you how.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
Yeah. So those jobs are coming back, I guess.
There you go. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So you guys play really strong women and multifaceted in Supernatural, and I was wondering what cliche or stereotype about women and like Hollywood that you would love to get rid of.
That I'd love to what?
A stereotype about women and like roles in Hollywood that you would just love to get rid of.
All of them?
The sassy black actor. The sassy black actress. That one I'd like to get rid of. Because then it just puts you in this place where you're like, you can only be one type of like black person.
Yeah.
And if you weren't the girl, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Like, you know, when you're not doing the then you're not down, or you're not black enough, or you don't really represent. And so by having one stream of like the type of ethnic person you can see, is like stereotypes around ethnicity in general, I think, is one of those things where it's like, you know, that there's so many more versions of us, and you know, there are, like, This Is Us is a show that when I saw it with Sterling K. Brown, and he's a white guy who's adopted by a black guy who's adopted by a white family, and I was like, oh my God, babe, your character, because he's a black guy adopted by a white family, and you just never saw that on TV. Yeah. So his identity never got represented until a show like that, and so he felt he was always not, you know, enough of himself, because he's like, yeah, but I'm not able to really be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Gee, you gonna come out, and it's like I can't do that. I didn't grow up with that. I didn't have that around me, and that's what they want me to be in this industry. So that would be the biggest trope, is like, okay, you know that you can be a variety of things, even if you're Asian, black, you know, East Indian, it doesn't really matter, and you don't have to be a doctor if you're East Indian. You know, you don't. No, but really, like you did. Like these are the stereotypes that we live by. It's like you get
a violin player if you're Asian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a doctor if you're Filipino. You know what I mean? Like, or a nurse if you're.
Yeah, you don't have to be an
Filipino,
overeater if you're overweight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think just playing against the opposites, like when I get to play a character where it's not about being black, but rather about who they are as a person, I think is when we start moving in the right direction. It's like colorblind casting. It's like, you can't colorblind.
And I would also, while I'm very grateful for your compliment that you think that we are, strong, badass females, I would like to get rid of the term a strong female character. Because I like being strong, but I also am sometimes weak. And I sometimes fuck up, and I sometimes get sad, and I sometimes get angry, and all of these make me a full, shiny, sunny, whole person on this planet. And so what I do not like about the industry is that they seem to have this desperate need to pigeonhole women into one label so that they can write for them as that character, when really women are fucking complicated. And they are complex, and they are beautiful in their complexities. So I would like for people to stop trying to label us as good or bad or strong or weak, and just accept that we are all of them. Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good.
You having fun?
Yes.
Sweet, what's your name?
Jackson.
Jensen. Is it Jensen?
No, Jackson.
Sorry, okay, I shouldn't have laughed, I'm so sorry. There are, who has a kid named Jensen in here? See? There you go. That one person, that's who I thought you were. Okay. How old are you, Jackson?
10.
Right on. What's your question?
So between you and Kim, which one is good cop and which one is bad cop?
That depends on who we're arresting, Jackson.
I mean, we're both great cops. Sheriffs, might I add.
No, wait, yeah, are you talking about Jody and Donna or about Kim and Briana?
Kim and Briana.
Oh. See, here's the thing. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I tend to be, we were joking about this last night, it's kind of Eeyore and Tigger in general. Like, I tend to be the, nope. I've got an idea, nope. What if we, nope. This guy. But then, I also am the one who's like, I know how to break into the United Nations. I think we should do it. I'm already here. Meet me.
Oh my God, you've never said that to me.
I have jetpacks.
It's true, it's true. Every once in a while, we'll just be like rolling along with like the typical, no. We love them, we want them to hear our answer. We have the typical dynamic, which is, you know what, and it isn't a great, it's a great dynamic, because what happens to me is I'm so foolish in lots of ways that I go, let's do this, and Kim goes, we could do that, or we could live to see another day. It's a lot of that. But every once in a while, Kim will do this thing going, guess what? I have $1 million for you. And I'll be like, really?
Let me send you this email I just sent on behalf of both of us. I blew up a city.
Yeah. Long story short is there are no police involved in our relationship, and thank Christ.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies,
Hello?
good times?
Great times. Good times, great oldies.
Good. All right, we'll be seeing more of these ladies tomorrow.
Billy's dying.
This just apparently, where was it?
Oh, the snake.
You missed this, Rob.
Did it freak you out? Oh, did you see it? Did anybody tape it?
Yes.
What did he do? What did he do?
Is this a good? Is
It
this
was
a prank?
flung.
It was on his drums or something.
I missed it.
There was a
Oh, shenanigans, everyone. Well done.
This is a fake rattlesnake. We just saw a real mouse backstage. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, they're friendly in Toronto.
Yeah, mice. It was really cute. Sends its regards.
So keep your food off of the floor.
Yeah. Anyway, these three will be here tomorrow. You'll be singing tomorrow night, all three of them. So please, don't miss it. Lisa Berry, Briana Buckmaster, and Kim Rhodes. Girls, bad girls, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girls, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? All right. All right, that kind of freaks me out. Okay, so that's the end of the on-stage panel portion of the day, but the day's not over. We still have autographs, some people have photographs. There's a man's cave with Jason Mans happening tonight. There's karaoke tonight, so free for everybody. Come have a great time at karaoke. We will see you. I'll see some people at autographs, and then we will all see you again tomorrow morning bright and early. So, all right, thanks. Day one. Good